Okay, hello. Sorry for the delay. I just upgraded my open broadcaster software and did not properly catch my Kerbal Space program. Okay, what I'm going to do is going to the moon and back, and I'm doing this in sandbox mode. This is a new sandbox on normal settings, just for playing around. I have reduced my my mods to 2 mods. That's Kerbal Engineer, Redux, and the menu stabilizer. Nothing else. We will not perform any science experiments and so on. We are just going to the moon and back, and yeah, I would say we should also go to Minmus. Let's get started. I have a nice chart which one user pointed out to me. I will highlight it now, so do not get scared. Okay, that's it. Hope it's more or less good readable. So, okay. This chart breaks down the launch into 2 main stages. This is launch and orbit to Kerbal. And the burn, insertion, and orbiting around the moon. And in the last part it's broken down to landing on the moon. And this is split into 2 parts, landing on the moon and getting back into orbit of the moon and back home. And the thing is, you roughly need 7.4k delta V for this. And the thing is how to perform this. The easiest thing usually is going backwards. This means this is already put together. This means you need to start at the surface of the moon, going into orbit, and basically retracing all these steps backwards. So then you get how you should stage your rocket, and this is how you easily achieve going to the moon and back. And this same principle works for going to Minmus. You can basically use Mun Rocket to go to Minmus. It's the same. Okay, yeah, as I said, we roughly need 7,400 delta V, and we need we need around 3.2 delta V for getting into orbit around Kerbal. And this is really the most important part, where many people are which is where many people do despair because they do not get into orbit at all. They get a liftoff, they get suborbital, but they do not reach a real orbit around Kerbal. If you can do this without any second thought, then you are on a good way to reach the moon and Minmus and or other locations. everything else like rendezvousing and so on is yeah, more or less training. Build 2 craft, send them into space, into orbit, and then go for docking training. That's how you do it. And yeah, it needs some patience and yeah, training. You will often fail, but with a lot of training, do it. Okay, so let's head into building a suitable rocket to reach the moon. I will put this down. You can find the link to this calculations. They are not mine. I received them from the user Ensk. If you go down below my my stream, there you find all links you need, including this one. This is a Google tablet chart, so yeah, you can use it from your browser. Okay, so what did I say? Yeah, we need to get to the moon. So okay, let's head back into the game. Okay, this is all the stuff I had before I copied this into the save file, so there's a full list of going anywhere. Okay, let's see. Moon. I will just load a Mun Rocket, old one, but we will go for a new one, which I will assemble right here. Okay, let's see. 3 orbit. Okay. Let's skip this. Let's go for a new one. Okay. So let's start this on top. What you basically need to do all these calculations is using the Kerbal Engineer Redux mod. This is a must-have, I must say. I did not use it for a long time and I was despairing why my rockets did not reach proper orbit and so on. Then I got yeah, some rockets out of it which were able to get into orbit, and some other rockets which were able to land on the moon, but most of them did not make it back because halfway they did not have enough fuel, and the Kerbals were stranded between the moon and yeah, Kerbin going home. So yeah, with this calculation tool, you get all the details you need. I have showed you what you need to get to the moon and back, and I will just standard outfit this this capsule. I will add a battery. I will remove the monopropellant to save some weight. I will add, this is more than enough, just 2 solar panels, more than sufficient. I will also add the most important part, and that is this parachute. But you always keep in mind, the 1000 altitude is underestimated. So you should rather go for 1400, 500, 600, something like this. Because the vehicle, this capsule, still has some speed until it really slows down, and yeah, you need any altitude you can get, so it slows down enough so it does not crash into the ground, the face of Kerbal. Anyway, okay, we have the basics. We have the basics installed. What we also need, yeah, before I forget it, this is really important. Never forget, for no reason, never forget to attach at least one antenna. You will never know when you might need it. In career mode, you have many contracts where you are asked to build or have a certain spacecraft in space and some orbit doing this, doing that, and it roughly to 99% requires you to have a antenna installed. So for any vehicle you build, add an antenna. Okay, and this one still needs a heat shield. Heat shield. Ah, there we go. This is a small one for a small rocket. Okay, this will be a one-man show or a one-girl show. I will send up Valentina, since it was just recently that she had her name's day. Valentine's Day. Okay, what I will also do to save some weight, I will reduce this to 40 units. Yeah, I will show you why. Give me a moment. I will just attach an engine and some fuel so you can see the difference in delta V changes. Okay, I will switch this to vacuum. If you press Atmo, this is atmospheric, then you have the values calculated for being on the ground, especially on Kerbal or any body, celestial body with an atmosphere. In this case it's Kerbal, and these calculations result from the thickness of the atmosphere and of course having or yeah, being pulled down by drag and so on. So yeah, what we need then for the moon is using this. We need these calculations, and yeah, as you see, we have 2.4K delta V available, and this is now in relation to 40 units of this ablator. If I increase this, you see the mass is increasing of the ablator, it weighs something, and so you lose delta V. These are roughly 160 units. 140 units of delta V you can save. Okay, one please. Okay. I just wanted to check. Okay, if you remember the chart, I will show it to you again. Here's the chart. We use configuration C, which is the easiest to handle, for landing and getting back to Kerbal. You need 2000 delta V. We have roughly 2.5K delta V, so there's some spare for maneuvers and so on if it does not really work out. The next stage needs 1200 delta V, and the kickoff stage or booster stage needs 3000 200 actually. But this is then calculated within atmosphere, so there's always a difference. Okay, we got this covered, so let's add some landing legs. The utilities. There we go. We have 3 different kind of landing legs available. Small ones, medium, and big ones. These big ones are for the really bigger landers where you have 3-person capsule which you can land. These medium LT1 landing struts or landing gear, this is what I will use. It's best fit for these single capsule ships or crafts. And this is a small one, a micro strut. See the difference in size. They also feature other details like how much crash tolerance they have and how much heat they can take. Anyway, and of course how much they weigh. And this small one, micro landing strut, this is perfect for any probe you build, as long as it's small enough for sending it somewhere. Okay, this will do for now. So this part will land on the moon and get back. And now we are still in space. The calculations are still being done for space. And now the next part is the transfer stage. Needed 1200 delta V for this. So let's get some together. Okay. I will use only a small rocket and small rocket parts. These are all roughly basic parts you unlock in career mode quite easy and quite early with quite a few research points, so you do not have to invest heavy, and it's quite cost effective. I always try to get my rockets as simple as possible, and I try to reuse some of the lower parts as launchers to lift this and that amount of tons into space. Okay, I will use this one again. The Terrier. This is a really efficient engine, especially in space. You can see if you scroll over it, and you see the differences between these two values, the thrust being generated. You have 2 values at sea level, ASL, and in vacuum, back. The at sea level is the value in atmosphere, in atmospheric flight, and you have the thrust in space, vacuum. And the bigger the gap, the more efficient they are. And in this case, it means, yeah, we have a really efficient engine available for this space travel. I will show you. You have 1955 delta V available, like this. I will attach another engine, Reliant. There you see you only have 1530. This is also related to another thing, and that is weight of the mass of these engines, of course. This one weighs only 0.5 ton, while this one weighs 1.25 tons. And there's also the swivel, the T45, which weighs 1.5 tons. But this, even so, it's a little bit heavier than the T30. It's more efficient in space because of the values you get. Max thrust at ASL is 168 and in vacuum 200, while this line, the T30, has 200 as the base and 215, so only 15 kilonewton difference, while the others have quite a lot more. Okay, this is 23, roughly 23 kilonewtons difference, but in this case this is the most efficient one. You have 46 roughly kilonewtons difference. Okay, so as I said, we would stick with this one, but this is too much fuel. We do not need that much. So I will reduce the amount of fuel a little bit. Okay, 1100, and I said we need 1200. So this is okay. Yeah, I will reduce this a little bit. 1.3, that's okay. I will see that I get this a little bit more matched. Okay, that's too tight. So I will stick with the 2.4. Okay, yeah, I need to attach these. Of course. Okay. Moon and back 0, 0, 0. Okay. Yeah, one moment. Okay. I'm back. Okay, and the last step is going for 3000, roughly 3500 to be sure. A delta V from Derek. So now I switch to atmospheric calculations, so these are neglectable. Ignore them. What I will now do is add some stronger engines. So I will still do this with the small parts, and I will add a reaction wheel roughly in the middle then, so the craft is easier to steer. Okay. Tanks. Okay. I will use this one. Time. Will attach. .45. Okay. And I add some boosters, but not these boosters, the solid fuel boosters. I will add boosters from build of these T30 units. Okay. Yeah, looks aligned. Okay. Okay, what is now happening? I'm firing all of them together, and when they burn out, I will decouple them. These are being dropped off. Okay. I added some fuel, but this is not the best solution. A good, or I still prefer this as the asparagus solution. Means 2. Okay. To do the staging right. Okay. These engines will still fire at once. But now there will be a change. And the change is when these engines are being decoupled. This means these to the left and right are being decoupled first. See this highlighted? They are being dropped. You need to drop empty tanks and so on, so you lose weight. You do not want to carry dead weight, and this is what it is. And the next stage being dropped is these front and rear ones. And what I'm doing now is attaching a fuel line. You see there are changes in numbers. This means this fuel tank will be emptied by by a certain factor, because it burns up fuel itself with this attached engine, and it will pump out fuel into this tank in the front, and this will burn directly this fuel, so it will not empty itself, only the outer one will be emptied until it is empty, and then it will drain itself. And this will be continued if we do this with these front and rear ones and attach another fuel line to the center one. This means the fuel flows from the outer ones, left and right, to these front and rear ones, and then to the middle. Okay, remember we had like 3k only, and now we have with these attached.